I'm going to run the old trailer for old time's sake.
Let's do it.
In a world where writers, directors, producers, and actors are all fighting to get their films made, comes a podcast that gets into it like no other podcast has ever gotten into it before. So, this summer, hang on to your laptops, because this time, there's no rewrite. Starring Mark Ice Roberts, Rod Tuddy Rinks, and on the ones and twos, Justin Wings Nichols. Let's get into it. Rated R. Under 17. Not permitted without a parent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Get Into It.
Yeah.
And here we are getting into it for the 23rd time.
We got a little bit of a new setup, too. We got some big stuff coming out in the next week.
We do. What's that?
Well, you got to wait to see, Rob.
Oh,
you already know, fool.
It's a surprise.
I'm telling our audience.
It's a surprise.
It's going to be dope, though.
But, you know...
Dave, you like it, right?
I'm excited.
Robert's is the new thing was happening next week.
Oh, yeah. So we're taking the show on the road. That's what's happening.
Oh, you gave it away.
Well, we didn't say where. I didn't say where.
That's true. That's true. It's going to be good.
For new listeners, old listeners, I want to remind people why we're here getting into it. Right?
Yeah,
because you forget. After all this time, you don't talk about what the show's about, why we're here.
Well, we got some amazing guests, which was dope. So we got some really good interviews, inspirational. But yeah, you're right.
But this is the World Championship of independent film podcasts. But why? What was the point of doing the podcast?
Originally, what our podcast is about is filmmaking, right? And entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Like you're an entrepreneur, you're a filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker. Davey Dave, actor. So it's about the struggles and what it takes to make it, so to speak. And in reality, it's really just the journey.
And
all the elements.
And how different people take different roads. I mean, we've had Tommy Harper.
Antoine
Fisher.
Emilio Rivera.
You know, all of them took different roads.
Yeah.
And I think it's inspirational and educational to listen to how they did it.
Yeah.
Because none of it came with a textbook. You know, Emilio had his struggle.
Yeah.
You know, his own people didn't want him acting with them, so he went the other way and got accepted on the West Side, ended up getting a lot of work. Tommy ended up taking the opportunity to work for a friend's dad who was a producer. That worked out. He never stopped working. Yeah. Now he's executive producer of Top Gun. He did Star Wars. And Antoine Fisher was a guard at Sony Studios. You drove in and you gave him your license, and he took care of you. And now he turned into $1 million writer.
Okay, and see, awesome. People, I feel, need to hear these stories because it gets you thinking, like, because there's so many, you know, at this point right now with Made in Mexico, I'm in the post-production blues.
Right.
I mean, I'm questioning it. The momentum is dying, like you and I have talked about, and I got into it last night with Ron Lee saying we got to speed this up. Like a string out should take no more than 2 weeks to a month. I'm sitting on 8 weeks now, and I got 38 minutes of my film.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Wow. Well,
you know what I mean?
It's definitely not good. Through your movie, we're getting to experience someone that's passionate about filmmaking.
Yeah.
Getting it done at a $10,000 level, which is possible. You know, it's more possible now than it was when Rodriguez did it.
Yeah.
When Rodriguez did it, and I'm talking about Robert Rodriguez, when he did it, you're talking about he was shooting it on film. You had to develop the film. You had to, there was lots of pieces that needed to be paid for.
Yeah.
Now you go shoot on digital. You put it into your computer. You're editing the thing.
Yeah.
So it's more possible, but it's still a struggle. You still have to get actors. You still have to feed them. You still have to shoot. You still have to have some level of professionalism so that you can sell it.
And it's all a learning curve. Like I'm watching the dailies right now, and there's certain things like, man, I wish I would have taken a little more time on certain things because even for acting, Dave, when you're doing your ISO, everybody's worried about their ISO, right? Like, oh, it's on you. So then you give your best performance.
And you mean close-up, right?
Close-up, yeah. Close-up, you give your best performance. But in the master, you give your best, like a wide shot with everybody, you get another. But then when your co-star has their close-up, sometimes you don't give it your all, which is so bad. And I'm guilty of doing it because you could have used that. Like, you don't, the it doesn't match right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And maybe your ISO didn't come out. We didn't watch playback either, which was really stupid of us because we had it right there. But we were on such a schedule, like under the gun to keep rolling,
Right.
that we should have.
You know
in
what?
retrospect,
It's okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think it's okay.
Filmmaking is
Well-
not about exactism. It really isn't.
But
Neither is art.
But you, Tuddy, you had a vision,
yeah.
and not everything. I mean, it's all your perception now. I mean, you
Yeah.
wanted everything to your
Maybe
expectations. There
Yeah,
you go.
well, like as a writer and filmmaker, I have an idea when I'm writing the script, the scene. I see it playing out, and then there's that vision, and then there's what you shoot, right? Like you tell the actors, they kind of give it their own, like what they want to do with it, and wearing too many hats like I did, I was like, okay, that's fine, cool, just do that, and then what am I going to do? And then so you do the scene, and you think it turned out the way that you had originally written it, and then when you watch it in a daily, it's different.
Right.
And then when it's cut together, you're like, oh shit, that didn't even. It wasn't even. I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't close, but so really, there's like 3 different visions of this one scene.
The expectations were
your
lacking.
Expectations, yeah,
They were
I
lacking.
mean, it's not bad. It's just it's tough.
But now you're going to know when you go into your next project
Exactly.
what you need, what you missed.
Yeah,
And you know what? You may not, and you may miss it again. Here's the thing. Let's Get Into It is about what we're getting into now, which
Right.
is an actual filmmaker struggling to make his movie, to do his art,
yeah,
which is you. We're meeting with people that have struggled and succeeded,
yeah,
and we are going to talk about how there's a difference between getting inspired and following through.
yeah.
There's a difference, right? We can all get together in a room, have a couple of beers, get fired up about an idea.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't necessarily mean that idea is going to get done. It could be a great idea. We could agree it's great. We can get all fired up. Then everyone's got to go do their jobs. I mean, similar to the podcast, right?
True.
David Dave put together, everything that's working. That's the production of our podcast right now, and we had this sort of organized times. Everyone's working. Everyone's busy. So there's a difference between thinking of something and then getting a team of people together to understand that there's different people that's got to do different stuff. So Let's Get Into It is going to discuss how you can do it, how we're doing it, and how people have done it.
Yeah.
Right? So if you can't get something out of that, then we're doing something wrong.
Or then maybe this is not for you.
It's not the business for
Or
you.
maybe you're listening to the wrong podcast. But I do think there's an extreme value in talking about it because the times are changing. We were talking about, can you make a Raging Bull today? Can you make an Apocalypse Now today? Can you make a Rocky today? Well, in the summer of '75, people watched Rocky over and over and over again for months and months and months, probably 6, maybe a year.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we talked about, right? We talk about how quickly product is hitting the streaming services, hitting the theaters, and coming out and getting into your living room on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
You watch it, and then boom, you're on to the next series, which you can watch the entire thing of. So we're consuming product differently than we did, 20 years ago, or even in 75 and 80 and 90. You're just consuming it differently, which means that we should be producing it differently. If you're with an idea that you're like 10 years in the making in this market, maybe you should be letting go of that idea and finding something new to do.
Yeah.
Unless, like on your project, now you're just going to find more creative ways to, fill those gaps that you're missing, maybe in those dailies or your acting or the editing, something like that. I mean, and then your further projects will end up something like, like Rocky. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of struggles that.
Dude, well, that's a whole episode, but Sylvester Stallone wrote that in a weekend. That's
shot it in a
he
month.
said he wrote it he wrote it in a weekend. Then he got an offer like right away to get it bought. He held out. They offered him $50. They offered him $100. I think the offer got up to $275,000. Now he had nothing. He had $0 in the bank. They had offered him up to $275,000, and he turned it down because he said he wanted to star in it. And people were like,
That's
"You're
right.
crazy."
Yeah.
Actually, they told him the same thing that they told Antoine Fisher. You're a guard at a studio. You cannot write
Yeah.
your story. He wrote it. He did it. eventually they said, fine, we're going to hire John Avildsen to direct Rocky, who was a difficult director and people did not want to work with him.
Yeah.
And they said, you're going to go make this for $1 million. Rocky was made for $1 million.
Wow.
I mean, it's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money, but still, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not what they were spending on important movies. So they would just say, well, we're not going to let anyone else make this. You find you can star in it. John Avildsen's directing, and good luck to you guys. You got $1 million, and they made it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's also, too, you brought up a good point today, Roberts, with like, it's sexy when you're shooting, when you're casting, when you're getting locations, when you're on. It's hard work, but it's fun. You're doing it. Post-production, I didn't even know there was such thing as post-production because you're waiting. Now you're in limbo. Now it comes the time when you're like, the dailies start coming in, you're excited. Now it's time to put the puzzle together. And if you don't have people on board who are as excited and enthusiastic as you are, it's, things happen. It's not that much fun anymore. So I should take it upon myself to start doing string outs. Why are you shaking your head and making that face?
Because you're right. There's a lot that goes into doing a movie when you don't have a lot of money. I mean, people's motivation sometimes is the excitement of actual production.
Yeah.
I want to get deeply into where you're at with your movie, but before we go any further, I want to introduce myself, Mark Ice Roberts.
Nice man.
I'm here, Davey Dave.
Hey.
Davey Dave's on the 1 and 2s now.
On the 1s and 2s now. Wow, man, things are evolving.
Yeah.
And we got Rod Tuddy Rinks.
Yeah,
filmmaker extraordinaire. I just want to introduce ourselves to the podcast so that people know who we are, and let's get into this because we've been covering your movie.
Yeah.
You've been making it for about $10,000. You've spent about that.
Yeah.
You had some great actors in it.
Yeah,
Lilo Brancato's in it. You're in it.
Yeah, Joey
Medina's in it.
Yeah.
Terrific actor, comedian.
Yep.
From what I've noticed,
Davey Dave's in it.
I'm sorry, Davey Dave's in it.
Yeah,
a little part in there.
I was watching Davey Dave the other day on one of the dailies. Yeah, you guys are funny.
Looking good, right?
It was
was it fun to work on?
It was.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that you get into these little movies. You get you've had some success as we were moving along. You started with a film that you thought, I'm going to go make my little movie. Next, I could get Lilo Brancato for this.
Yeah.
And this guy's been a high quality actor that's worked on Renaissance Man. He worked on Bronx Tale.
Yeah, Sopranos.
I mean, I recognize him because I actually liked all his characters when I was watching
Crimson
movies.
Tide, opposite Gene
that's
Hackman.
right. He was
Yep.
great in Crimson Tide.
He's a badass. He's good.
So
He's a really good actor.
Yeah, amazing actor.
He's not. I'm not blowing smoke. He's legit.
Yeah.
No, he does, and he looks great in your movie. But you didn't think, no one thought that was a possibility when you started. You asked him. He said, "I'll do it." Boom. Next thing you know, your little movie is now got a name in it that is of value, and he's kicking ass all over your film.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is, it's exciting when things are happening and new people are coming on and the production's going down and people are shooting 12, 13, 14 hours a day and you're hustling and you're giving everything that you can possibly give to your movie. And everyone's willing because there's this group of people getting together every day for the single reason of shooting your movie.
Yeah.
And if one of them or two of them fall off, you can't shoot that day. So the accountability is huge on the days of shooting.
Yeah.
Then what happens is you finish your movie, you pass it on to an editor who's by himself in a room with no supervision, no accountability, except for to himself and to you.
Yeah.
And that sometimes doesn't exactly translate to you getting a finished product.
Yeah.
So where we're at now, you got it in the can about 8 weeks ago.
Yep.
And
wow, has it been that long already?
Yeah, first week of June, we were done.
And you do not have a rough cut yet.
Nope. Don't have
Not even a loose rough cut. You have how many minutes of the film?
30 minutes, like 34 minutes, 38, something like that.
I don't know. Look, I'm looking at it from where I sit. Not everyone has to do it this way, but, we're in September, which always represents to me the final opportunity to apply for Sundance.
Yep.
for Slam Dance. Maybe you got another month for some of the other ones.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because then you've got Palm Springs, which is a great one.
Yeah.
And then after that, like right now, Toronto's going on. So eventually you'll be able to come back around with it if it ends up being a festival film.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side is the consumer, like, or even friends and family or cast and crew that have worked on the film. It's like, you know what? Hey, that buzz can wear off pretty quick.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks because, how many times you want to explain, hey, well, it might be coming out here, it might be coming out there.
Yeah.
When can I see it?
When can I see it? And
when can I see something? The one thing that I have been doing that's keeping me rolling is Dave hooked me up with his buddy Makina, who's doing the movie poster, and it looks pretty dope. I'm excited about that.
It does look dope. Could we put it up on the Instagram site?
I don't know. Can we do that?
Is that what
yet?
It's called? The Instagram site?
I sent the posters to Clay because he did like 4 of them, and I'm really liking one of the 4, but I want to get Clay's professional opinion on it because if he is going to rep us, like we talked about, possibly, then I want him to pick the poster he thinks is going to be that would
appease.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really neat.
Yeah.
So you raise the money for the movie, which is exciting. By the way, raising money for a movie is really exciting. It gets your adrenaline going. You're pumped. It makes you feel like you should be doing what you're doing.
I still have $120, by the way.
Okay. Well,
I found it in my drawer the other day.
I'm not sure what that'll get you, but
it'll give me. I do have to do. We are going to do one more pickup day.
Oh, good.
With one of the because there's a scene in there where again indie filmmaking. One of my hitmen decided he couldn't be there anymore, and so I had to bring in another hitman.
Wait a minute. That's right. One of the people that was working with you as an actor decided that they couldn't make it the next day?
No, not the next day. It was like another day.
Okay.
Like we shot a scene, and we had a certain car. It was a whole like we thought we were married to this. We said, okay, we can do it in this vehicle with these 2 guys because they're going to be able to do it later on down the road when we shoot in like 2 weeks or whatever. So when 2 weeks rolled around, we weren't able to get that vehicle again, and one of the guys said, I can't do it. And so, which ended up being good because the guy that I replaced him with was awesome.
Yeah.
And he's actually, it's funny because he's a security guy. Like he's Oscar De La Hoya's security guard. Mm-hmm. And my buddy Anthony, who's in it, he said, you should really have this guy Caesar. He's perfect. And I said, dude, I'm already got this other guy. I was at a fight, and I saw him, and I was all, oh, my God. I walked right up to him. He was he's a beast. And I walked up. I go, hey, Caesar. And he looked, yeah. I go, I'm buddies with Anthony. And he goes, I go, Escobar. He goes, oh, yeah, hey, man. I go, I'm doing the movie, and everything changed because he knew about it, right? Because he wants, he's an aspiring actor.
Yep.
So he goes, oh yeah, I made in Mexico. He was telling me, dude, and everything kind of. So visually he's perfect. So it was good. It was great to get Caesar, and guess what? Caesar's doing another movie. He posted a day. He was at a table read. So he goes from security guard to actor now, which is dope. But
dude, making moves for yourself in any direction that's positive, sometimes ends up garnering you other work, which is nice. I mean, that good for you that you inspired that dude, and he worked on your movie and he got some other stuff. But
the only thing that sucked is he shaved right after the movie.
That's right, he did.
He shaved his face and everything, and then he and so
he looked different.
He looked different,
Totally
and when I was
different.
going through the dailies, in the movie we addressed it, why they rolled up in a different car and why the old hitman's gone, and it was just kind of like a throwaway line. But I think now we're going to just do the reshoot. Caesar's growing his beard out. Not for this. He was just growing out because. Right. So, and it's a quick thing.
I don't know, man. That beard was pretty burly.
I know. I might have to break out my makeup skills and do some.
Oh, dude, that may not work. Hey, so let's get back to what we were saying, which is you finished your movie, you put it in the can, you gave it to an editor, and this is sometimes where the train sort of slows down.
Yeah.
And it's hard, because when you don't have a lot of money, you can't be too demanding.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because people don't like that, right? They want to feel like they're helping you. And if you're too demanding, then they feel like they're being unappreciated.
Yep.
Or, is that right? Unappreciated?
Yep.
Yeah.
Unappreciated. And you don't want to do that, But at the same time, we were talking about all the people that worked on your movie that were accountable to you, that showed up, that worked hard on those days. They're not different than the people working in post. You're all working on the same movie. So when an editor lets you down, or an editor doesn't finish what you guys all started in a reasonable time frame, it is letting everybody down. And it's unfortunate because you want to keep moving at a really cool pace. You can't inspire everyone. Sometimes it is going to cost money to make people do their jobs. Yeah. But you've got to find a way to keep it moving for the sake of everyone that's worked on the movie. Yeah. You can't, there can't be the excuse of, well, it's hostage. My film's hostage, which is ultimately what we end up doing to our movies, right? Is you give it to someone and next thing you know, what's happening, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm supposed to be getting something on Monday or Friday and then it doesn't come. And by the way, I've been there. Yeah. I'm supposed to get something. Okay, so you know what? Give me something next Friday. I know it was supposed to be this Friday, but I'll give you an entire week. And then, boom, all of a sudden it's not there. And months start to pass on a project that can't afford that. Right? And understandable. People have their own lives. But then you have to start deciding as a filmmaker, as a businessman, how do I not get stuck in quicksand on this? Because momentum is everything on movies. Yes. Momentum and keeping it moving is everything, right? So if you could find a way to get new energy into it. And by the way, I did Water and Power. We had 7 editors on that movie.
Did you really?
Yeah, 7 editors.
So did you start with one and then you bounced to a new one, or was it already in the books like we're going to have these 7 guys cut this movie? No. We wanted one guy. Yeah. And that didn't work. And then we wanted another guy and that didn't work. And then we wanted a third guy. On and on. Yeah. You get rid of people that get stuck. It's almost like a engine part. You're part of an editor is part of an engine. He's not omnipotent. He's not all over on the right on his own. Yeah. He's part of you. Yeah. So if you plug him in and your engine doesn't work, then you got to replace it. Yeah. I think too with editors, especially new editors, they're used to editing stuff that they like to edit. Yeah. Not edit stuff that they're being told to edit or
they have
to, or even if they're getting paid, but they feel like they maybe should be getting paid a lot more because of their work. So it just becomes tough. I think back like maybe I should have went into editing, years ago and learned like basics.
Well, let's get it. It's funny. I love this segue because I was thinking in my car on the way over here, I was thinking, how do I get into the conversation about why we all do it? I remember meeting Robert Rodriguez for the first time, and he walked up the stairs. I remember waiting for him at the top of the stairs of this building in Hollywood, and he walked in, and as he came up the stairs, he put out his hands into a half square. Yeah. And he turned the corner like...
He was directing. He was looking at his shot.
He was visualizing that this hallway was cool and that the stairway was cool, and he saw a shot in it. Yeah. And then then we said hello and we sat down and talked. But for a moment there, he could only see what a camera would see and how cool that potentially could be. And I realized, I'm talking to someone who is probably constantly thinking about shots, constantly thinking about locations, constantly thinking about story. I think you have to figure out why you're in it, and I think you have to work hard to just do the work.
Because when I first started, I wanted to be an actor, and I wanted to play the lead in all my stuff. As I get older, I'm actually less and less wanting to be on camera and more probably a writer, producer, maybe direct. I just took on too many hats on this, and I wasn't able to specify one thing to really zone in on it.
You've evolved. You've evolved. I mean, look, when I started in the business, I started in extras casting on Three Amigos. I met a producer. His name was Ian Sander, rest in peace. He did Everyone's All-American. He produced and directed I'll Fly Away, won an Emmy for directing. He produced and directed The Ghost Whisperer. And he was a super talented producer, and I was inspired by him. And I remember sitting down with him at lunch, and I was like, hey, I just need to ask you, I've been working for you on 5 movies, TV shows. How do I become a producer like you? He's like, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't know, write, direct, produce. I kind of said it all. And he looked at me and he was like, you know what? Pick one. Because when someone calls or when someone decides they want to hire a producer, they're not going to go to the guy who said, I want to be a producer, writer, actor.
Yeah.
They're going to go to the guy who said he wants to be a producer. If you want to be a director, they're going to go to the guy who said, I want to be a director. Yeah. Anyone who has too many things that they want to do are probably going to not get the job.
Yeah.
Or not be considered right away because they've got other interests. Now, this was his advice. Not necessarily the right advice, but it was his advice, and I took it.
Yeah.
And I became a producer. And I never looked at directing. I never looked at writing, And to his credit, I was able to make a bunch of movies in my life.
Yeah.
And I was able to raise money. And I don't know if it ever made any difference, but that advice mattered to me. I sat down with him. I respect him. If that's his advice, I'm going to do it. And it worked out for me.
Yeah. But it makes sense.
So if you're out there and you don't know exactly what you want to do, pick one thing. Because he also said, dude, if you become a great producer, you can move within the system. You could become a director if you want to.
Yeah.
You could become a writer if you want to.
Yeah.
If you have that talent, you can do it. But to get yourself propelled, you're going to have to do one thing. And that was his opinion.
Yeah.
But I want to go to a post that I think you put up on Instagram, on the Let's Get Into It Instagram. It says film school or no film school. Yeah. Right. This was liked by 347 people. That seems like a lot to me. I mean, considering
Davey Dave over considering there. He's like peanuts,
considering 27 people follow us,
no,
it's 347 people is pretty good.
Like that.
But Quentin Tarantino said, to this day, I actually think that rather than go to film school, just get a camera and try to start making a movie.
Yeah,
that's Quentin, right? Mm-hmm. Then there was Spielberg. What's Spielberg going to say about this? If you get bitten by that bug, you can make a lot of little movies, and somehow those films will get seen by people, hopefully, that will hire you to do a music video someday, or TV commercial, or TV show, or someday a feature film. James Cameron. Pick up a camera, shoot something, no matter how small, no matter how cheesy, no matter whether your friends or sisters star in it. Put your name on it as a director. Now you're a director.
Yeah.
Everything after that you're negotiating is your budget and your fee.
Yeah. Now, that's the kind of shit. Thank God for Instagram for that and Davey Dave's memes. But that's the kind of stuff. And you know what? They're right. They're all right.
Are they all saying don't go to school, though? Is that what that means?
The film school, hey. Kids stay in school.
Well, that's a whole other topic.
Don't drop out in 8th grade and say, hey, I want to be a filmmaker.
Or go make movies. You can go make movies while you're in school.
Yeah, I think, film school is great because I didn't go to film school, but that's what you do. You make movies. And what they're, okay, so like makeup artistry, like I'm a makeup artist. So people ask me, did I go to school? And I say, no, I got a job at a counter. Why did I get a job at a counter? Because I thought it was a great way to meet hot chicks. And it did. It helped. But then I just got good because if you do something every day, it becomes repetitious.
True.
And you master certain things, and you get good. So if you make movies, you're going to make bad movies in the beginning, but you're going to learn from those mistakes as long as you're not an idiot. And then you're going to make your next movie is going to be better and better. And I know that, but like I said, I'm just in these post-production blues right now because I'm 38 minutes in 8 weeks.
And it's difficult, but you can do something about it. You can go back to your investors and say,
give me more money.
Are we going to wait?
Yeah.
Because I'm fine to wait till whenever the hell my editor decides he wants to give us the movie, which may be good or bad.
Yeah.
Or you can go to your investor and say, look, we got to take control of our own movie. Let's pay some dough to get whoever's doing this to do what we need done.
Yeah.
And let's finish this. And it's going to, your wallet's going to take a hit. But what's more important, like all the work that we've already done getting edited, or all the work we're getting done and just not sure when you're going to get the movie?
I'm sure. Like I had a conversation yesterday with my co-director, and he's going to talk to the guy, and he's a good kid. We just need to set, because I set after your advice, I set deadlines. I said, okay, I want something every week.
And what happened?
I didn't get it.
Okay,
I would get it like
wow.
I would get it like days later, or I would end up getting something, but I almost felt like it was pulling teeth, and it was. And I don't know. Maybe I say, how much money? What's your number? What's your price
That's
to
tough,
finish
man,
this?
because I think it's going to end up right back.
New suit, dude. New suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I think about 7 editors.
7 editors?
I think about 7 editors, and I think...
Is that all your movies, or that's just the one? But what's on an average? Sometimes
I'm not happy with what I'm seeing from an editor, and I'll bring in someone else.
Yeah.
And then I'll bring that editor back later.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I know what he's good at, so I'm going to bring him back, and I'm going to have him do a pass of music for me, of sound.
Yeah.
Or this guy's really good at putting together scenes.
Yeah.
Put together every scene. Don't worry about transitions. I mean, look, making a movie is not about the vision of the actors. It's not about the vision of the editor. It's about the vision of the director.
Yeah.
The director's interpreting the writing, the acting, and he's interpreting what the editor is doing.
Yeah.
So once the editor gives you the movie, you can say, oh, yeah, left, right, a little bit more more blue, more green.
Yeah.
Ooh, transition out here. Use that close-up there.
Yeah.
That's what a director does. So if you're not getting the material, you can't direct.
Yeah.
By the way, an editor is always going to give you a cut and go like, as good as it's ever going to be.
Right.
He's going to give it to you, and he's going to say, like, don't change anything.
Yeah.
It's the best it's ever been.
Trust me, I saw the footage. This is it.
Yes, and that's not true.
Yeah.
And that's never going to be true. And you could say, yeah, appreciate it. But at the end of the day, you are going to find better shots. You are going to find better cuts. You are going to find a different timing. It's your interpretation of the script and the movie.
Yeah.
So when you don't have a willing participant in the editing room, you end up not being able to direct your movie.
Do you think at this day and age, with everything that's out there that you're able to do you think it's best that if you want to be a director, that you learn how to edit?
Yes. But I see you as that transition, like from the old school to the new school, because, for me, I had to learn because I have to keep up with all the technology. Like, hey, if I want to shoot something, I don't have money to pay somebody to edit some little commercial for me. I'm going to have to do it myself, so I have to learn.
Yeah.
So now I think everybody, you've got a camera. Everybody can shoot 4K. Everyone has a computer, a laptop. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
And I think it's beneficial to find, the how-to for today.
I think so.
My daughter's 15 years old, and she was looking at my wife and I going like, maybe I'm going to do what you guys do for a living someday.
Yeah.
And I said to her, it's different now.
Yeah.
You should probably get your education in English or in writing or in political science, because to be a producer now with no writing experience is going to be very difficult. I think the future is really hybrid people in this business, people that can write, people that can produce, people that can edit. I mean, it's not like it doesn't exist. Rodriguez does all of his. There are a lot of I think Kirk Cameron.
Kirk Cameron.
How offensive. James Cameron,
does he cut his own stuff too?
I think he has to. I think it's partially like his vision is sort of. I don't think he edits final edit. Yeah. But I think he got to get his hands.
Or he sits in a bay.
He's in the chair.
He's in the chair right next to that guy.
I mean, I want to be clear about this. I'm not saying a direct, and the answer to your question from before is like, no, you're not supposed to be sitting in a bay with your editor. Your editor's got to interpret.
Yeah.
And then you got to come in as the master interpreter and go like, that's not what I meant.
Yeah. Well, here are my notes. Let's go.
Here are my notes. That's what's supposed to happen. Editors get to do what they want to do. They give you a look. Sometimes you'll come in and look at a scene and go like, ooh, what I was thinking for this scene? I'd like this and this and that to happen. And then he looks at you and goes, ooh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead and split for an hour,
I'll be
and
back.
I'll have it for you.
But I think it's different on the indie scene.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it's people decide that they work at their own pace and that they don't need a schedule, and it's not necessary because I'm not getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's hard, but I would replace anybody who wasn't working at the pace of the heart of your film.
Yeah.
You guys are a nucleus. It's not one dude.
Yeah.
And one dude can't decide to put you into quicksand. Yeah. Hang on a second. We're going to stop everything. You guys have been kicking ass. It's like passing the baton to someone who decides, man,
I'm going to jog now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Today we're going to have lunch. Sorry, guys.
I'm going to grab a glass of water. But yeah, dude, we're ahead right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
going to shoot through. We'll get
gator.
You lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
I don't know. I don't know your guy. So hopefully it's not super offensive. I'm just talking generally.
Yeah.
And I would give this advice to anybody.
Yeah.
If you're stopped, don't be.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole point of our podcast, right?
Yeah.
Don't get stopped.
Yeah. Don't.
You're getting stopped, and you're making you're making excuses for why you're being stopped.
Yeah.
You can't get stopped in this business. You
it.
either move.
That's exactly it.
Or you're stopped.
Yeah. Because what's a string out? You told me like 2 weeks to a month.
We used to have. I want to be fair about this. We used to pass editor stuff while we were shooting.
Yeah.
So in fairness, we would shoot for 4 to 5 weeks. So he or she would have it for about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we want a string out within 2 weeks of wrap.
Wow.
So once we gave you the final, you've already been getting stuff though.
Yeah.
So every day you're like putting it together. And then 2 to 3 weeks after we're done, the director comes in with the producers, and we watch a loose string out of the whole thing with no music, music or anything like that.
Yeah, so I'm 8 weeks.
Well, you're 8 weeks.
No, more than that. Let's see. No, June, July, August. I'm more than that. I'm 3 months.
All right. Well, let's not. We don't want to depress everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Just keeping it real. But hey, let this be an example to somebody that's listening.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not. Geez.
Look,
it's hard.
I work with a lot of editors. I have, and some of them change how they view their work.
Yeah.
Some guys will come in early and be like, "Oh man, I just want to be part of this. I just want to be in here. I just want to help you." And that happens for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then after that, what happens is they're like, I got other stuff to do, and all of a sudden their whole demeanor changes, like, and they're doing you a favor in every breath that they're taking.
I think that's where you're at, dude.
Yeah.
So I have to change that. I usually get rid of that person.
Yeah.
And then when they come back with a different conversation, I'm like, okay, now I can use you on this, but I need it done in this amount of time. So it is a little bit of a negotiation all the way down, especially if you like the people that you're working with.
Yeah.
It's not their fault that they want more for their lives.
Yeah.
Right. But you do have to finish what you started, and when you commit to something, you have to finish it the way you committed to it. Otherwise, your value will. I don't know that you're going to do well in this business if you don't stay true to your word.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of editors. It's everything I've ever done. I feel like I've had issues with editors. Everything from shorts to, not pretty much. I would say like 99.9% of the time, the stuff that I've done where it's been like, oh, my system crashed, or I something happened and I'm waiting.
I think an indie sin is just they're working someone else's dream.
Yeah.
So I wasn't having this dream.
Yeah.
I can wake up anytime.
It was cool when we were shooting
exactly
because we were having a good time. But
I feel like you're going to make some adjustments, and I think you should.
Yeah. No, it's not. I think I should. I have to.
You have to. And I think, like I said, your conversation with your investors. This is not about not sticking to your plan. This is about saying, what do we want to do in the face of this is what's happening?
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think you're talking about lots and lots of money. So it's just about, do you want to finish what we started?
Yeah.
This is not working out. How are we going to resolve this? Sometimes a little bit of money will resolve your issue.
Yeah.
And if a little bit of money gets you to the finish line,
then
that's going to be valuable.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm looking at another one of these posts on Let's Get Into It.
Yeah.
We don't make movies to make money. We make money to make movies. Who said that?
That sounds
Who did that?
Walt Disney.
That sounds like Walt.
Read that again. Let me hear that again.
We don't make movies to make money.
Liar, Walt.
We make money to make movies. I know what happened. Apparently, that business plan has changed.
Yeah, that's changed a lot. When was that? From 1933?
Yeah, exactly. Let's make Lion King 8 times.
Yeah,
but we're not going to make. We don't want any money.
We don't
though.
want any money.
But bro,
by the way, it costs like $500 a person to get in. I can't even take my family. I can't afford it.
I think at the time, movies were not his primary source of income.
No,
he had a dream.
He was making money with parks and with selling Mickey Mouse dolls and whatever.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of value in this conversation. Look, it's great to talk about how it all works and how you get successful and how you could be nowhere and end up somewhere. But I think what's happening to you happens to a lot of filmmakers, and you just have to push through it, and you have to make business decisions.
Yeah.
Even though it's hard financially, you have to make business decisions on how you can get to the finish line, because a lot of people are counting on they didn't do their work in vain.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't want to. Yeah, you're exactly right. I can't walk away from this project. It's not even in the. It's not even if I have to cut.
Whoa!
No, I know.
Cut.
But
you
even
if you can't say I can't walk away. You're not walking away from
no.
the project.
But
Start again.
Davey Dave and I sat down because I ended up getting. I have Premiere. I have everything that I need to finish this movie. Davey Dave and I sat down right here at this table and we looked through footage. And worst case scenario, Davey Dave's coming on as my editor.
Well, you can piece it together and then bring someone good on for a week.
Worst case.
No, I'm kidding with you, dude.
No,
I'm only saying that because you looked at the footage and you're like,
no,
oh shit, there's a lot of work.
I look just to be real, just to let's stay true to let's get into it lore. I had a director who was constantly telling an editor where to cut a frame off of there, right before the editor could do his job.
Yeah.
I did have to sit down and say, look, their editors also win Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Editors are recognized as being world-class people. Did you study to be an editor? What was the last film that you edited?
Yeah.
Well, the answer to that was both no and no. I haven't, and I haven't. So let the editor do his job.
Yeah.
So think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Let the editor do his job, because you got to give the editor some respect. Well, the editor's got to give some respect and do his job too.
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, you and I had this conversation because I was when those cuts started coming in, I was like, hey, let's try. And I was, telling him what I.
You were really positive. Yeah. You were really like, hey, let's try this.
And then I took your advice about a month ago, and I said, don't worry about it. Just put it together. Get it rough. Get it there. Let's roll. And that was, a month ago.
All right. Well, let's get into this. So you finished your film. You're about 30 minutes of the way through editing it. You're going to finish it up hopefully in the next month, let's say. That'd be reasonable.
I'm hoping to get it done by the end of this month.
Okay, cool. So the end of the month, you'll have your film done. Have you started to look into music?
I went on Extreme Music the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah,
oh, good.
It's an awesome site. I wish that I would have known about this site when I did The Kiss, my little short film.
Yeah.
When I did all my other stuff, because it's so easy.
What did you punch in? Like, what did you look for? What did you search for?
I went through everything. I just kind of was looking through because I'm going to use Joel.
Right.
Joel C. High.
Did you ask him if you can use some Extreme Music? Because I think he set up a whole thing for me where I used nothing but Extreme on one of my movies.
Joel did?
Yeah, he negotiated the deal with Russell Emanuel.
Oh, dude, I'm not that far. I'm kind of scared to reach out to Joel. Not scared, but
because you're not ready.
Because I'm not ready, and I don't want to get him excited. Because they're excited, him and Sammy, to do the project.
Right.
But I just want to be able to, when I reach out, I want to have something.
I used music on my documentary, Love and Betrayal.
Yeah.
The entire thing is Extreme Music. But
is it really? Because it was good music.
It
sounded good.
I hear my songs that I picked on commercials all the time. I'm
do?
like, wait a minute, that's my song. Yeah, so it's like it's a collaborative. You can go there, you can pick music, but I'll say this: if you find areas where you don't have music or you don't like a song, just go to Extreme, punch it in, try some other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's really interesting that you were the special guest today.
Yeah.
I think
Thanks,
I
guys.
think it's okay. I think it's okay to understand that it's not always going to go perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a roller coaster.
It's a difficult thing, but if you can master getting your product done, getting it finished, and getting it out there, then you can move on to something else, which is what all filmmakers should be doing. You should be doing it, getting it out, moving on to the next. Doing it, getting out. It's just there's not enough time to be spending years on one project. You've got to get the projects done and figure out how to work with people that are going to help you do that. If your vision is to do work and to get out there and to potentially get hired to do other work, then you've got to prove that you can finish.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a big factor in people hiring you. You know what? Hire him because he gets it done, and at all costs it will happen. At least you'll have a product when you're finished.
Yeah. Very true.
Well, if you're out there, pick up a camera.
Go make a movie.
Short, whatever. If your mom's got to be in it, if your brother's got to be in it, if your girlfriend, if your wife,
yourself.
You and your wife have to be in it, just do it. If it's something that's burning inside of you, go do it. Put it up somewhere. That's the one thing I'll tell you about this business is they are constantly, and I mean studios, agents, managers, talent scouts, they are out there looking for who is next.
Yeah.
Because with Netflix and Hulu and Amazon using every possible star that's got any kind of name right now, they're going to run out of people.
Yeah.
Because everybody burns through those shows.
Yeah.
They binge them, and that's it.
And you're done.
Next.
So, so if you're out there, just keep doing your thing. Get inspired. Make sure you can finish. Put it up. And then go on to the next.
Words of a wise man.
Hey man, we got into it.
Did.
We got into it. Look, I still want to congratulate you on the work that you've done. You're not completely in quicksand. You have the opportunity to make an adjustment here.
Yeah.
Let's talk next week and let's see where you're at.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have a special guest on next week, so
we are, and we're going to be at a new spot. It's going to be pretty dope.
Really cool, man.
We'll report back. But anyway, thanks you guys for being on Let's Get Into It, for listening to Let's Get Into It. I want you guys to get into it.
That's right.
Yeah, let's move on. Thanks, guys.